This is Fredericksburg on Legendary difficulty, and we now go over to the Confederate left flank. And this is where all the big excitement should take place. I'm getting my 1-star units on the front line, getting my 2-star units behind that. My 2-star units have better weapons, and they're a little bit smaller. And my 1-star units are bigger because I expect them to take losses on the wall. So I'm backing up my 10-pound Parrots and my Whitworths, even my Whitworths and my 20-pound Parrots to the supply symbol. And yeah, hopefully they can just stay where they are and fire all day. That would be great. So I see 2 of his batteries right away, and I have lots of artillery to begin shooting at him. My reinforcements are coming in on my right flank. I have 3 artillery and 1 infantry that were on my far left flank. They're coming into the battle. I know that the fortification, the wall on the left part of the fortification or the wall is terrible, and the AI will get... It's one of those places where the enemy can get a flanking shot on you and your units just rout, so I'm just going to skip that and, yeah, place units over there and keep extending my left flank. And, yeah, so I want to get flank shots on him eventually. But, yeah, here he comes. It's the beginning of the phase. 4 units charging in, and all I want to do is get supporting fire. I put everybody on run. I edit that out. I put everybody on run and get ready to put in supporting fire. The only one that looks like it might be in trouble is the one in the center, where he's getting hit by 2 to 1. So I get some infantry over there to fire some supporting fire into his units, hopefully get them to rout very quickly. And yeah, not too bad. That unit took yeah, 63 losses, and we routed both of those guys. So the other thing I found you have to do is you have to make sure that your guys on the line are targeting someone they can hit, because they'll occasionally target someone that's on the other side of the map and not fire at all. So I need my... I'm not really used to this battlefield, so... Well, I'm not used to this battlefield at all. So I need to figure out what is the pass-through damage, and I don't know what that is, so I have to just experiment. I really don't want my artillery or infantry taking a lot of pass-through damage. I want them to run up and take shots when they're needed, but otherwise to sit back in the early part of the battle. His artillery unit that moved up too far forward is almost dead already, and this thing has just started. So we're at 13:32, 2 hours and 57 minutes to go. And what I've decided to do is some of my reinforcements that are 1100 in size, and I think they have infields. Yeah, they're just going to scoot over to my left flank, and I'm going to start extending the left flank, but I don't want to push forward yet. I want the enemy to keep attacking in the center as long as we possibly can. So I'm kind of wondering why the enemy isn't attacking. Like, on the right side of the map I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units. Why are they not attacking? So, and on the left I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why are they not attacking? I don't get it. So, yeah, his units, maybe some of them were in the early battle. The first day, I don't know. First day battle, because some of them look a little battered. There's one unit of 900, a unit of 600. Maybe those are what survived the first day. But yeah, why aren't they charging? I mean, already I'm thinking in this, why don't they move forward? I'm not happy that they're out of range. See, if he's out of range, his artillery is just going to stand there and inflict losses on me. But if he moves his infantry in range, then my units can all be killing him faster than he's killing me. So I want him in melee, I want him in range, I want him in rifle range, I want him in canister range, and he's not doing it. So okay, the first unit's in, he takes all kinds of supporting fire, and he's torn to pieces. But again, he has 30 units that need to come up and get torn to pieces, and it's not happening. So yeah, his unit in the swamp on my far left, the further forward he goes, the more in trouble he's going to be. I'm going to hit him 3 units on one. I have a Tredegar over there. He only has 500 and something. He's going to get torn to pieces. And I hit him and he routs. I mean, he's just torn to pieces. That's all there is to it. Now, I can see his artillery in the city on his right, near the bridges to the north. And I keep targeting. He has actually 2 artillery batteries there, and they pop in and out of visibility, and it turns out my Whitworth and my 20-pound Parrot can reach those guys. My 10-pounders can't, but my 20-pound Parrot and Whitworth can, and yeah, right now I'm not really seeing them, or I'm firing at artillery that's closer, but eventually they're going to go over there and kill one of those 2 batteries pretty quickly. And I think we start chipping at the second one, and then a whole bunch of exciting things happen, so don't want to spoil that for you. So yeah, 10-pound Parrots have lots to shoot at. I have to move 2 of them a bit closer because they're out of range. But my Whitworth can reach anybody, anywhere pretty much. So anybody I see I can kill. And I want to kill whatever is closest to my line first because they're more likely to do the most damage to my line. So yeah, this is good. He's moving right. He's moving forward. I hit pause frequently and direct my units and direct my artillery. Whoever's charging gets hit with artillery. Unfortunately, that guy on the right, he got hit with artillery and just stopped. I want these guys to get closer. So yeah, I'm just checking the 10-pound Parrot, and you can do that. You can check to see if you're close enough to be within firing range and keep checking to make sure they get close enough. So run some guys down here, fire some supporting fire. This is exactly what we want to see. And 24-pound howitzer might be exploding shell range. Probably needs to be a little closer, but he's going to take lots of infantry, and that's all really good. So I want to keep an eye on my infantry and make sure that they, yeah, there's somebody thought he was going to run forward. I have to keep them from doing that. Okay, I expect these infield units to take losses. That's not a surprise, but they're doing very well. I mean, that guy's getting 10 to 1, and actually the kill ratio these guys get is pretty surprising. It would have been worthwhile, I think, to take, well, at this point I'd rather create more 2-star units than make my 2-star units, existing 2-star units, better. So, yeah, these guys are good 1-star units that are going to go, I mean, they're going to get 10 to 1, so they're going to go up in efficiency quite a bit. Why is the enemy just milling about? I don't want to begin a flanking maneuver yet. It's too early in the battle. It's only 28 hours, so we have 2 hours to go, and I can still see some of his artillery in Fredericksburg, so those are 2 batteries I can kill. I don't really know why I can see them. The visibility of things going on this battlefield, visibility of his artillery is really weird. But anyway, the Whitworth and the 20-pound Parrot are both going to chip away at one of his units and I think kill it pretty quickly, even though he's in a city. Yeah, these guys in the wall, at the wall are getting a much better kill ratio than I thought they would. This is pretty remarkable. Here's a guy. I don't want this guy to get a flanking shot on my unit, so I'm going to get flanking shots on him. Yeah, he takes a flanking shot on my unit routes. That's very annoying. So I rush forward another unit. He's coming into the center for a charge. We're going to tear him up. This is not real impressive. Yeah, the thing that flanking shot told me is don't let that, I let the guy get too close and take a flanking shot on my unit. If I had pushed a unit into the left position, the far left fortified position, he would have fired at the unit in the fortified position, maybe. But even a detached skirmisher would have been good in there. So, yeah, in fact, that would have been that's a good idea. Put a detached skirmisher in there. It increases the chance that somebody will shoot at him rather than your infantry unit, and the detached skirmisher would be fine. Okay, he's coming in on roller skates, so we need to run some people up and take shots on this guy. I suspect he's going to go back with a lot less enthusiasm than what he's charging with right now. Oh yeah, watch his numbers. His numbers are just collapsing. Yeah, he's 11. See if we can get him down to 1,000. I think he lost over 400. Over 400 men? No. Yeah, he lost 400 men in that charge, I'm sure. Because he came in 1,400 something, and he went back, he's about 1,000. So yeah, let's do that about 10 more times. So that works out well. He has a unit of 440 in the water, and my detached skirmisher is just going to stand there and get free kills. While he stands in the water, that's going to work out. Have 3 units come in and hit this guy. He's only 800. Let's see if we can drop him down to 400. 600, 500, 400 and something, 440. Oh, but he routed my unit, so I'll put the palmettos in there. Yeah, the palmettos weren't really supposed to go in there, but okay. And I'm going to bring some Harper's Ferries in support. Why is my infantry unit just standing there that's been morale shocked? He has someone in front of him. When someone's in front of your unit, they should stop being morale shocked. So he's no longer morale shocked. I'll get him out of there. Meanwhile, he's coming in for another charge. At this point, I'm thinking, man, it'd be great to have 2 more points in recon and be able to see how many kills we have. Okay, we just lost a brigadier general. That's terrible. Yeah, when in doubt about what to do, let your detached skirmishers just annoy the enemy to death. Okay, he's coming in for another charge. Good. He's at almost 1,600, I guess, 15 something. So let's see how he does. Oh, not too bad. He's 1,450. See if we can get a few more shots on him. Yeah, at this point I'm thinking we've inflicted losses on him, but not enough. What we need to do is kill his officers. So I see one on the left, and it'd be really nice to kill him. Oh, and one in the center. But my long-range guns need to focus on his artillery that I can see in the town. And yeah, my 20-pound Parrot and Whitworth have chopped him down to only 100 men in that one battery. And see, he keeps flashing in and out of visibility, which is really weird. So if he would just stay in visibility, he would be much easier to kill, because he flashes out, then my long-range guns target some infantry unit, which is a complete waste of time. Have to stay on that gun for some period of time and we'll kill it. And that's just a matter of, well, visibility or hitting pause and retargeting. Another charge, 1400. Well, he didn't do very much. He just ran up and routed. Keep my guys from going too far forward. Okay, there's no reason, there's nothing, his right flank is just hanging. He's got that little tiny unit that's just going to shatter as soon as I hit him. He had a unit of 900 that my detached skirmisher just made rout. Hit him enough times, he made him rout. So he's just milling around doing nothing very interesting. So I'm going to rotate out some guys on the front line. My units are in great shape. I mean, just pretty remarkable. And we have an hour. And I don't want to do anything really until the next phase kicks in, whatever it is I'm going to do. And one of his units on his right shattered, that little one. Actually, 2 detached skirmishers made short work of that guy. This guy's 900, and I have 4 units and 2 detached skirmishers. We can catch him in the water and kill him. Also have a Napoleon over there who can get some kills. And my 2 long-range guns have his artillery battery down to 96, I think. But who knows if I'm still targeting that guy. Nope, have to keep retargeting the artillery because he keeps fading out. I must have hit pause a dozen times in this battle just to retarget my long-range artillery. Because, you know, you see, and south of here it's even worse. You can't see it, but there's an artillery battery south of here. It comes into visibility for like 1 second, and then it goes out. Just incredibly irritating. So yeah, I'm doing everything. There's a observation post up there. I have a detached skirmisher there. Maybe it'll help me to see his artillery. Yeah, see? That guy just flashed in and flashed out. It was like for a second. And what the heck is that, man? Either I can see the guy or I can't. Nobody moved. So, yeah, it's squirrely. I think it should be a mod option that enemy artillery is always visible. Yeah, that's the mod option I want. Enemy artillery always visible. And the other option is once you target enemy artillery, your guns don't untarget unless it physically moves. So, because you don't want your artillery chasing after his artillery if it moves. I mean, physically chasing after, moving forward to get a shot. So, yeah, those are two good improvements. Yeah, his 1 artillery battery, my James and Whitworth have him down to, I think that's 52. Okay, we're just moving a force across the river just to get in position for next phase. Basically, I'm just waiting for next phase. I think there's a possibility that, you know, I've never played this, that when there's a phase change, that the enemy comes charging in with everything. Now, I've watched this on, I've watched other people do this battle. My memory is that the AI is a lot more aggressive than what I'm seeing right here. What I'm seeing right here is no activity at all. 33 minutes to go in this phase. And the enemy is just doing, I mean, he's just doing nothing. And yeah, why? Why is the enemy AI doing nothing? And I'm actually going to start sending detached skirmishers forward to bait him into charging. Pandakraut, as I mentioned, said, you know, try to bait him forward with your supply wagon, which unfortunately I played this before he put that in the comments. But I have seen him do that, and it works great. Yeah, I just, anything, man. I'm looking at Yeah, his units are shot up. I mean, 500, 900. He has one unit of 1700. Um, yeah, 1300. These guys on the right are pretty much untouched. They're 1600. Why aren't they charging forward? He has 5 units over there in very good shape. Why are they not charging? So, yeah, I want all these guys to charge. We have 23 minutes. And, okay, so I killed... The one battery's dead. And his unit of 200 men is over there and stays in visibility, my 20-pound parrot. And Whitworth will kill it. This is the great strength of the Whitworth. It can just reach out and touch somebody. And if you have somebody like that you'd really like to kill, the Whitworth, in a grand battle, you have a ton of time, and the Whitworth will kill him. Won't kill things fast, but it will kill things that everybody else can't reach. So, yeah, I'm sending this guy forward. He's completely out of cover, and he's going to take a bunch of losses, but I want him to bait these 3 or 4 units to charge. And I fire at him, and detached skirmisher, okay, now he's invisible, but I expected him to charge, and nothing. 14 minutes to go. Yeah, 2 of my units, well, okay, one of my units, my guy on the right, he's, like, nobody's in range. He's not shooting at anyone. Okay, so we're going to get this moving forward. We're going to see what happens in the next phase. His unit should reset. I'm looking at a bunch of his units that are in the 500 range, so they're pretty shot up. But at 9 minutes to go, his units should recharge and then charge forward. And I'm getting ready to receive his very aggressive charge with his very aggressive units, including that 450-man unit there that's going to die as soon as he moves forward just a little bit. So, yeah, 5 minutes. So, yeah, even these guys that are across the river, they have Napoleons. Napoleons aren't great, but they'll do okay if he charges. He charges at the beginning of the next phase. These guys will be able to defend themselves. I have 2 more units I'm going to send across. I'm going to send the Tredegar across. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see what he's going to do in the next phase. So, yeah, 0 minutes, and we're going to go to the next phase now. Okay, the enemy continues the attack. Okay, there are actually a lot of units in my center here. Oh yeah, I captured his supply wagon because he didn't have the good sense to move it out of the way. So, yeah, I expected him to charge, not for his entire right to collapse. I didn't expect that. Now, he has a unit of 197 men across the river that's on my flank. I'm not happy about that, so I'm going to get the Tredegar over here to kill that guy. And in the meantime, we're just going to wait. I say wait a lot in this battle. My detached skirmisher, one of them can fire. Yeah, he's hitting me in the flank. It's real annoying. What reserves do we have? Our last reserves are available. Oh, I think that's just a supply wagon. I think a supply wagon came in. No big deal. Okay, I'm looking to see what he's going to do. I expect him to attack my position here. As you can see, I have a lot of units that are there just for the sole purpose of, continuing the fight. I'm now rolling up some more units over here, though. I want to set up I thought I was going to get into the edge of the city, but I'm real unhappy about his artillery. I don't want his artillery on my flank. I want the Tredegar to kill that guy before I move forward. He has a bunch of cav. We're just going to set up a defensive line, and hopefully he attacks with his cav somewhere, anywhere. Hopefully no ghost cav shows up. And if he has no ghost cav, this is going to be easy. Yep, there you go. That's what I want him to do. Charge. So, yeah, it occurs to me, oh yeah, these guys are all the guys who were on my right flank. And they're now moving over to my left flank. Well, isn't that special? Okay, he does actually charge into melee. That's exactly what we want. Let's get this party going, man. So, for some reason, his units of 1600 have finally gotten off the dime. And we can, yeah, we can inflict some losses on those guys. One after another. Absolutely great. And even if my unit routes, I'm going to move my commander down and give him a, morale bonus. One-on-one, my guys are going to win. It's only if he gets 2 or 3 units into a melee that I'm even a little bit concerned. And I can rotate my guy out at any moment. I mean, that's why I have all these units here. Oh, good. He has a unit of 399 going to charge into the water, and he's moving so painfully slow. He's got to be exhausted. My guy's in the water. He shouldn't be, but I'm not really that concerned about it because his units are so fragile. I don't think they can fight. I don't think they can do anything. So, okay, he's in my center. He's not going to hit my right flank. I have a bunch of units on my right flank. You can see there are like 4 of them. He's not doing anything. So those 4 or 5 units need to start doing the old swinging door thing and just kind of start rolling this guy up. I mean, he's really outnumbered. It's pointless. We need to start moving forward. And over here, we're just killing this guy. So, yeah, and I think his artillery in Fredericksburg itself, I think I killed those 2 guys in the north. Yeah, I brought in 5 supply wagons at 35,000 ammo each, and technically you want to make sure that you empty out, I think, I'm trying to, empty out my supply wagon before every grand battle. Oh, that guy's aiming at the wrong unit. But I did the math on this, and I got all the money I was supposed to. So you can get ripped off in these battles. So, but in this battle I did not. So, okay, he comes in with a bunch of units, and my unit routes. So, yeah, if he comes in with 2 units, he can route your unit, and you better have units in reserve. And we do. We have plenty. So I put a fresh unit on the line, and his units are not doing well. Yeah, he has 3 units in the water. We can just harvest those guys. We can move forward and just kill them. And we have finally done some real damage to his left flank. His left flank on my right, the entire Union right, he had 3 or 4 units of 1600. Finally got into the battle, and we finally knocked those guys down. Off camera, I gave orders to, in the center, my right flank, which was doing nothing. I thought he might attack there. He didn't. And we're just going to start moving those guys forward. And, yeah, hit these guys. All of these units who are marching as fast as they can to reinforce their friends, we want to just move forward and engage these guys. These are a whole bunch of 1-star units with infields, and there's a bunch of them, and they're going to be really fine. In fact, the first unit we encounter, he shatters. So these guys are fragile, I think, from the previous fighting. Yeah, and over here, I'm just waiting. I moved 2 10-pound parrots over to kill his artillery on the other side of the river because I don't want to advance until my flank is secure. So I'm just waiting until he's dead. He's got like 100 guys left, and we're just going to wait until he's dead before we advance. Meanwhile, we can advance in, this is the center, and we can advance in the center and start seeing how much damage we can do to these guys. He has several artillery units, and fortunately we can see them, so we can start going after these guys. He has supply wagons too. We can capture those. Yeah, I outnumber him in the center. So on the Union right, Confederate left at Fredericksburg, there's no doubt in my mind I outnumber him. My position is better than his, and I have the better position all around, and we're going to keep capturing and inflicting damage. In the center, I outnumber him. I have a better army, fresher, and we're going to attack and destroy him. As soon as this left flank, where we're looking right now, as soon as that artillery unit's destroyed, which is going to be in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to push forward. And yeah, he's got nothing. I mean, he's just got nothing. He's going to move his cav forward and pretend to do something, and unless he has ghost cav, he's going to die. So I'm looking at his units over here. They're 3-star, but he's down to 400. I can't believe he's going to take a bunch of shots from these fresh units and not just shatter. The only thing I don't like about this is that his units on his right flank that are still pretty large are just sitting. I don't want him to sit. I want him to attack. He's doing way too much not fighting. Yeah, imagine saying those words on legendary difficulty. He's not aggressive enough, making my game harder. So okay, I actually sent some more units around to my far left flank for when I advance on the town, because I didn't need all the units I had on the rest of my flank. And I'm also starting to think about when this phase ends, I'm not going to need all those guys over there. I mean, a handful of units now could hold that flank, and I could put a whole bunch of units, start moving them to the center. But what I don't know is that this is pretty much most of the army that the AI has at this point. It's not like I need more. Remember, on my right flank, 2/3 of my army wasn't engaged in the battle. They just sat and, just drank coffee and relaxed. They're perfectly fresh and they haven't taken any losses at all. They haven't gotten any kills, but they're perfectly fresh, and there's a lot of 2-star units in that pile of fresh units. Meanwhile, over here, I mean, look at this mass of Confederate units that are surrounding these guys. I mean, this is just... I didn't think Fredericksburg would look like... Has anyone seen Fredericksburg on Legendary difficulty look like this? I mean, this is just not what I expected to see at all. Okay, so now that he has been beaten across the river, my units can advance into Fredericksburg. They have good cover there, and that's what we want to do. We want to advance into Fredericksburg. These guys, man, these guys in the center are just getting torn up. I have lots of units. Any way he faces, he gets hit in the flank. When he falls back into water. He gets shot up. I have units that are going to come behind his line and tear him to pieces. Detached skirmishers that are going to hit his artillery, and his guns are going to rout and then die. I mean, just, this is crushing. Yeah, my 10-pound parrots, I'm having them target his artillery as long as we can, but eventually his army's going to just move too far away. And then the question is, what do I do with all these guys? So, yeah, on the Confederate left, his army, every time it moves forward, just gets shot up. So right now I can see he's moving up cav. It's like 300. It's getting shot to pieces. His infantry is getting shot to pieces. The only guys not getting shot up are the guys who are larger, who have been like near the river, not doing anything. Okay, somebody just surrendered. That's different. Who surrendered? Oh, that guy, Taylor. Okay, one of his units surrendered. So yeah, I have to capture 1,000 in this battle. So we're on our way to capturing 1,000. Yeah, these guys are just, there's very little. I mean, he had a fairly large force that was going to the Union right, and I don't think any of it's going to make it. I think it's going to die en route. So, nope, he has, I can see he has an artillery unit of 200 that's in the water right now. He might make it, so if he, finishes retreating. So he has an artillery to the north. Man, he's just charging right into a pocket with his cav, and he's in the water, and he's just going to get shot up. I mean, it's a matter of time. No reason to push the attack. I mean, if he charges, he dies. If he stands still, he's going to die. He can't retreat, because I don't think he's programmed to, but... yeah, that unit of 900, completely exhausted, going to get completely crushed. Yeah, 900, 800, all by himself, just taking a pile of losses. Yeah, completely shot up. Yeah, there's a cav unit on the bridge. That's not going to go well for him. So I got a little too close to this guy, and he's a little too fresh, but I was trying to kill his artillery. I killed one of them, but one of them is going to make it. I think I killed his infantry unit of 700. I'm not sure. So... oh yeah, he's down to 900. I might be able to get a kill on him. So I'm hesitant to go across the bridge. Well, I'm not going to go across the bridges to the north. What I really want to do is just hold the bridges for right now, because I know he has cav over there. But he's only 248, so I can send 2 infantry to the other side. That's very safe. And I'm really nervous about crossing here at this point. But all the units in the center, you can see there are no blue dots. All the center's been wiped out, which means most of the Confederate Union left has been killed, because those guys came from the Union left. And they're all dead. So, yeah, here comes his cav. I fire into him. He's down to, yeah, almost nothing. He lives. I can see on the strategic map. He's not dead, but... so I'm going to send a force across the river. Hopefully give me some visibility. Oh, and he's in melee in my front line. And, yeah, he just got torn up again. Now I'm behind his line. And he doesn't have much over there. He has an artillery unit that's been shot up. So we're going to advance and kill that guy. We can advance and pin his cav against a corner and kill him across the river. I'm going to leave, I think I leave an infantry unit behind to guard the bridge. Don't really need it, because I think there's nothing over there. We're actually behind him. I'm thinking about maybe we can get him into a circle, encircle this group, maybe even drive him into the river. But I'm looking at this, I'm going, oh, my guys I sent across the river, unfortunately, they're going to make it so that he does not retreat into a little pocket right at the river. He's going to retreat, if I'm real lucky, back across the bridge to the right. If I'm real unlucky, he's going to retreat right into my infantry. So right now I'm thinking, man, I got to convince him not to retreat into my infantry. So unfortunately, that means he's going to get away. He's going to retreat through this little section of Fredericksburg and across the bridge. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, there's a cav unit. I want to cut him off. I don't want him to get away. He's in the water. He's down to 290. Even if I have to try... he flanked my unit because I turned to shoot at the cav. But on the plus side, the cav unit is dead. So... yeah, we need everybody to charge so he doesn't get into melee with my infantry units now that one of them has been, kind of routed. it depends on which way he goes. If he, like, I'm real concerned right now, he's going to route right into my infantry units and kill them. And that would be a disaster. But the good news is one of his units just routed. And 3 of his units look like they're going to try to cross the river. If I can catch them in the water, this might work out. But yeah, if they retreat in a squirrely direction. Okay, one of them shattered. Good. Now we're going to have to charge this guy. Okay, he surrendered. That guy was 800. I did not want to get into melee with that guy. Um, and have him be on a prolonged melee. So, yeah, this guy's 800. He's got me in melee. That's not good. So I'm having some other guys charge in. Okay, another unit surrendered. So, yes, that guy. He didn't stand there and fight to the death. He surrendered. So this is working out better than I thought it would. He has 1 unit right there in the center. If I hit him with the world, he should surrender. He's 500. Let's see. Yeah, he has no friends. So all his supply units have surrendered, and he did. Okay. 12 in-game minutes to go. Got all those captures, got the captures by the water. Everybody that was by the water surrendered. Everyone in that little circle surrendered. This guy surrendered or dead. And I had a detached skirmisher kind of off camera go up and capture a supply wagon. He has 3 wagons over there, but I only have 8 minutes. 8 minutes to go. And I have no cav at all on this map. So a cav unit, I meant to build a cav unit as the, in that reinforcement army. I meant to build a cav unit just for this purpose, and I forgot to build it. So, yeah, what was that? 4th Corps? I think 4th Corps. So, yeah, I meant to build a cav unit, didn't build it, and I also meant to build a sniper unit. Just give them standard Whitworths. Put it either in the reinforcement army or in the center corps. Would have been helpful here. I forgot to do it. I forgot to build the Whitworth unit and the cav unit, and now I'm paying for it because I could have scarfed up those 3 supply wagons, and I'm not going to get them. So I'm telling everybody to move. Most people aren't going to make it. And the phase is over, and I'll see you in the next phase.